Right, welcome back. Let's get back into the responses from the political parties. And we left it off with a question for the smaller parties now with regard to LAM and also your manifesto. We didn't get to hear what you as a party are going to do for your electorate. Talk to us.
Yeah, I'll quickly address the issue of economy. We as Forum for Service Delivery will make sure that when we take over the government, we will make sure that the mines are properly audited for black participation. Two, we get investors who can invest in manufacturing of our final products. Our kids here around Marikana, they don't know what is chrome and what can be made out of chrome and platinum and all those different minerals. We are going to change our education system that the technical schools must be built, careers on mining must be motivated from the childhood. From Marikana Primary School, we must be having subjects which are dealing with mining. We need the mines to be audited for black participation. We need all the mines, and there must be a standard that all the mines must. Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay, that's your response to all of this. Again, I don't want to go through the line. If you had a question posed to you, you answer it. What is your response to your question? Very quickly, please.
Ndiyawuphendula kwismolanyana parties Leon. Thina si-AIC ndifuna ukuxelela abantu baMzantsi Afrika xa bebonke ikewe bhuti sifuna ukuxelela abantu boMzantsi Afrika xa bebonke uba elalizwe lesithembiso kwakuthiwa ikanana yiyo lesikuyo, because each and every country in the world balapha eSouth Africa, meaning that bazofuna elubusi namasi sinalo asidingi into apha. Makungamane kusithiwa imali sizoyithatha apha, imali ikhona apha eSouth Africa, yile ileqwa ngalamazi agcwele apha.
Okay. All right. Talking to this land is Canaan. This land has money. This land should be serving its people. Again, your stance on land from a smaller party?
Mining.
You got the mining one. Go for it.
Yes. Firstly, I want to say let cooperatives be involved in the mining sector. And then I am encouraging this thing that the mines must make a plow back to the community in a sense of building houses, creating, funding small businesses, and funding small local businesses, and funding education schools. Because mining is a sector that is generating a lot of income in South Africa, especially here where we are.
Okay.
So let it make a real plow back to the community. Let the community not suffer as such.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. BLF, this will be the last. Go.
Somebody said Blackfest Landfest is a small party. Blackfest Landfest is the most brave organization in South Africa today. We have seen how when the white monopoly capital, they've stolen money out of this country. Blackfest Landfest, we went and opened cases. We went and opened a case against ABSA. They stole 26 billion rand. No other party has done that. Blackfest Landfest, we went to open a case against Steinhoff. When Steinhoff has misappropriated about 200 billion rand. No other party has done that. So Blackfest Landfest is the only party that fight the real corruption in South Africa, which is the corruption that makes our people to be poor as we are poor today. Any other party who's here and claim to be fighting for corruption, they are playing with your minds. Otherwise, why they are not fighting white corruption? We have seen even at Zondo Commission, they are making jokes there. They are not going straight to the point. I want to come to the issue of the land. Blackfest Landfest, once more, is the only party that's serious about the issue of the land. Unlike our fellow fighters this side, EFF. EFF is claiming to be the party that fights for the land. But what they are doing is they take our votes, they give them to the DA. The DA is a party of land thefts. So if you vote for economic freedom fighters, you are technically voting for the DA.
All right. Okay. I want to move ACDP. Hold on 1 second before you speak, guys. 1 second. I want to get to the mayor, because let's hand the mic over to the mayor. Mayor. Mayor, you've been in for 2 terms now, and there's a lot of despondency around here from some of the community members. It doesn't appear that there's money. They're complaining about the water, complaining about education, complaining about land. There are a lot of complaints. And the reality is you've been in for 2 terms now. What have you done for this community?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. It is important to indicate that Rasmelo municipality is hard at work to change the quality of the lives of the people of Marikana. The first thing I want to indicate is that working together with both provincial and national government, we initiated a housing development program which was intended to yield 2,000 housing units. Some of these houses have already been built. We have experienced some difficulties with carrying on with the project because they have been illegally occupied. We had a representative of the Forum for Service Delivery indicating that he led the illegal occupation of these houses. So I'm hoping that we can work together with all political parties so that the project can proceed. We can reach our objective of 2,600 houses. We have been working together with provincial government to deal with matters of education. Just a few months ago, we officially opened the new Marikana Primary School. Currently in Ward 32, we are starting a construction of a new high school in this area. In terms of the current budget, we are about to appoint service providers to deal with construction of new houses in Marikana. We've already appointed people to upgrade a sewage pump station in this area. Just today, Leanne, the municipality will be opening a new licensing station. Just today. There's 50 million rand that the municipality has received from national government to then deal with the economic rejuvenation of Marikana. Service providers have been appointed. We will change the face of the CBD of Marikana. So we're working very hard together with all the various mining houses to accelerate provision of housing, to deal with challenges of acquisition of land, and improving the quality of the lives of the people of Marikana.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mayor. I'm going to come back to you now. I really need to get a few more questions from, but very, very quickly. I can see that you're from the ACDP. We need to get more questions. Quickly, please pose your question.
Thank you. Okay. Firstly, for the ACDP, I want us to talk about education. You guys said that you want to absorb the Cambridge education system, that is career-focused education. So I want to know how you guys are going to do that. And then for the EFF, you guys said you want to dissolve the whole tendering system. But again, you also said that you want black businesses to take part in the economy. Majority of black companies are made up of tenderpreneurs. And then, Mr. Mayor, for you, yesterday you were unable to answer a question that was posed to you. So I'm asking you to please answer that question. We need to know what's going on with the RRT, because Rustenburg is a cesspool of nonsense where sewage breaks out in Rustenburg. So please answer that question.
All right. Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Please,
my question
proceed.
goes to the ACDP. I'd like to know from the ACDP, we touched a bit on the issue of LGBTI. So I'd like to know from the ACDP, a councillor in Nelson Mandela Bay called the LGBTI community an abomination. What happened to the biblical principles of love one another like you love yourself? I'd like to know, when you come into government, will you remove LGBTI rights? Because we have a right as in the Constitution to be here. Because according to me, what you are doing is not Christianity, you are hypocrites.
All right, ACDP. Okay, that's for the ACDP. Next question.
My question is to Jerry of PLF. You're talking about blacks in South Africa. Although we are a rainbow nation, way back, So where comes the word black in now? Go and study and see where we're coming from. Now that you want to put blacks in front again. I think all of us wants to know what caused you to resign as an from our municipality. Thank you.
Izweletu. My question, Iaho, EFF, and to Mamina also. Potso ke gore ke le fase le feng le le tlo fang batho ba rona ba bantsho, while you know it very well gore both of you organization ANC le EFF you are captured, and why until today the motion e pasitsweng early last year is that policy is implemented by now. Izweletu.
All right, final question in this round.
One bullet, one settler. Izweletu. Potso ya ka ke tla libisa straight ko DA. Ke batla go itse gore ha DA ile busy e tsaya basadi ba golo ba rona le batjha ba rona le bontate ba rona mme bone ba ba patela tšhelete e go tlatse go di gardening, go di kitchening, go di contracting. La go dira yang gore batho ba wa le bone ba itlhelle tšhelete e siameng e lona le peya.
Okay, right, let's get some answers. I want to go to the mayor first. Mayor, a lot of allegations. Go for it. Respond.
Well, there was a specific question about a project we've been implementing called the Rasberg Rapid Transport Project. I'm pleased to indicate that we have registered a lot of progress. A lot of the infrastructure has been developed. We are about to start with construction of stations, the acquisition of buses, and we expect that the project will come into operation towards the end of this year. I've also wanted to indicate earlier on that in terms of health issues, we've responded to the need to improve access to health issues in Marikana. The municipality has allocated more land in this precinct to expand the clinic so that people can access health services on a 24-hour basis. So we're not talking about dreams, we're talking about things that we are doing on a day-to-day basis to improve the quality of the lives of the people of Marikana.
Let's hand it over now to LED. This is Offense. He's responsible for local economic development. What's your budget? What is your budget for economic development, and how much of it have you spent?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. In the current financial year, the budget that was allocated to the Directorate Local Economic Development was 30 million. And we have about 10 million of that being focused on agriculture through the agricultural support program. To date, we are at about 85% expenditure on that particular budget. And in terms of the capital project, we are 75% completed with the construction of the flea market, which was from the CAPEX budget of the LED.
Carry on, please, carry on.
Okay, on other developments, we saw it fit that in order for us to develop an economy that will address the future needs of Rustenburg, as we cannot be overly dependent on mining until the end of days, we have gone out on expression of interest to attract investors for the development of a university in Rustenburg. We have also got a council resolution where we have now applied to the DTI for a critical infrastructure grant for the development of the Waterval industrial site, where we'll develop the mining supplier park. That mining supplier park is exactly where manufacturing must take place, so we can produce and provide to the mining sector here in Rustenburg, whereas procurement is currently being done outside of the province and outside of Rustenburg. We want to keep the rand in circulation in Rustenburg.
All right,
Thank
okay. I want to talk to over here. Let's get your answers, ACM, because I know that there were a lot of questions directed towards ACM.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very quickly, I beg you. Yes. We've only got a few minutes left.
Yes, I'm just going to go direct to that question. My sister, I said it loud and clear, and I'm going to repeat myself. ACM, we do have our own resources. Don't worry about some other issues. We do have our own resources. And again, to add on that, To add on that, I'm going to go on to the issue of health. The mayor, I hope in future we are going to work together. On the issue of health, we as ACM, we're saying we want all the facilities that you get from the private sectors, the machineries, the doctors, to be on the government sector. That's what we want as ACM. And another issue that I'm going to mention, which is the last issue, is hence some we don't know and we don't have information. There is money in here because in 25 years, I'm just going to mention this to you. Those who are not aware is we are on the 25th now of the year, and then the money that is being paid to our royalties, as royalties for 25 years, that money was not audited. So that's the money that we don't know where the money is going to, what is happening with the money. Thank you.
Okay, ACDP.
Yes, Leanne, in your house. Leanne, let me start with the last question. Like I said when we begin, the ACDP respects the rights of individuals. However, much as we stand for freedom of religion, we are also standing for biblical principle as a moat that the government can be built on. And then the issue of education and health that have been asked, it's clear that South Africa has inadequate education. Our education is so low. The ACDP government will adopt the world-class Cambridge education that is existing, that will help us to build and improve our learners here in South Africa. And then the last one, the one of health. Our health system has collapsed. We are literally on ICU when it comes to health issues. The ACDP government will revitalize all the hospitals that are existing, will make sure that there's proper staff, there's proper medication in time, and they will make sure that people will always have what they need in clinics and in hospitals.
Okay. All right. Very quickly, I've got 3 more. These are the 3 last questions I'm taking. Very quickly, go.
ANC le IEC re na le 20 years go izo tlhabane ga gona metsi a gona motlakase a gona di toilet a gona di strat re kopa jara le tlo re thusangane le re bolelleng gore le tlo re thusa ka jara efeng.
All right, next person please, your question.
Thank you. Yes, manibonga stop. I-question yami siyi2 kuphela. Ilapha ku mayor apha sinengxaki since sivotele uANC kusuka 94 manje into esiyibonayo besithenjiswe ngemisebenzi apha ezimayini into enzekayo abantu bayaqoshwa according ANC. Number 2, into ebalekile besifuna ukwazi ba njoba kuthiwa abantu mabafunde, but into eyenzekayo aba bantu bayafunda, after that kuthiwa kufuneka 3 years experience. Bazoyithatha le experience bephuma esikolweni bazoyithola njani imisebenzi?
Okay, that's your time. Last question.
Umbuzo wami uyapha ku-ANC. ANC kudala ulawula uba abantu apha bafuna amanzi or bafuna izindlu, akuzi uminister wezindlu, kuze amapolisa. Yeyiphi indlela abazoyenza uphucula iMarikana njengoba inje?
All right. Okay, I got to leave it there. We got 4 minutes left of the show. ANC, you've had a lot of questions. Mayor, would you like to respond to those? Where's the mic? Quickly to the mayor, then I'll come back to you. Quickly, Mayor, respond.
Yeah. Yeah. Just quickly, there was a question about Yizo in Tlhabane. I think the resident will be aware that a few years ago, we started a process of formalization of a new portion of land that we bought for residents of Yizo. About 600 houses have been built in what is called Ward 43 in Rustenburg. That's phase 1 of it. We are now handling phase 2, where we will now relocate those residents and ensure that they access housing. The track record is there. You can go to Ward 43. Those houses have been built. If you talk about jobs, the president of the country in the State of the Nation address is quite clear that this requirement of experience has got to be dealt with. And it's quite clear that there will be more and more learnerships to afford our young students an opportunity to get the necessary experience. There will be more and more emphasis on apprenticeship. So we're quite mindful of that, and we're confident that in our overall plans of ensuring that we open up the economy, we increase access, we'll be able to create 275,000 jobs that we intend to create over the next 5 years.
All right, a lot of promises. Municipal manager? No? Nobile, I want to ask you. There was a question to you here about your resignation. Why did you resign? Why have you resigned?
Okay, thank you very much, Leanne, for the opportunity. I really believe that in the bigger scheme of things and the national challenges that exist, my resignation should not be an issue. It's an immaterial issue.
I think it's a major issue. No.
But let me continue.
Why I say, wait, one second.
Continue.
Why I say it's a major issue is you yourself. 1 second, hold on everyone. You yourself have said that you are unable to do your work. Why are you unable to do your work? What is happening behind the scenes? What's happening with everything that you can't do your work?
Okay, I think maybe we need to clarify the words. I did not say that I was unable to do the work, and I think my letter of resignation is very clear in terms of some of the challenges that I've encountered. It is also very clear in the letter where I stipulate that if I'm in a position, it should not be about me, it should be about my ability to serve the community. I've come to the conclusion that I am unable to serve the community in the manner that I wish to, and the letter clearly indicates the reasons. So I think just to conclude it, Leanne, I have served the community to the best of my ability. I am available to government to serve further in other spheres of government, and I think it's the legacy that should speak for itself and not the reasons, because I think we'd lose direction if we do that.
In your letter, you go on to say that you raise concern that you've been labelled a Zulu girl who cannot lead in Rustenburg and must return to her home. What is that saying about the atmosphere here in the Northwest? And that is not conducive to leading, and that is a mount to attack.
Yes, definitely. I think it is a sad state of affairs, Leanne, that we find ourselves in a situation where you judge based on your ethnicity and not the legacy or the service that you give to the community. Those are real challenges that do exist in the Northwest, and I've clearly stipulated them in that resignation letter. And I think as a community, it's something that we need to look deep inside ourselves as to whether location and ethnicity should be a basis to judge an individual, or whether we should be judging an individual based on competence and their ability and the commitment to serve the community.
In what capacity are you here as?
Municipal manager up until the 3rd of May of this year.
All right, there you go. I think your question was answered. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to wrap this because we've run out of time. There are far too many issues and too many responses. I know that everybody is wanting to talk. You want to talk about VBS. You want to talk about land. We have no time. Unfortunately, that's where we got to leave the Northwest for now. Thank you very, very much for watching. We'll get some answers to these questions. Unfortunately, not on air. Thanks so much. Bye-bye, everyone.